The data is in, and it's brutal. IC Cars just analyzed over 800,000 used vehicle sales, and the results are devastating for SUV owners. We're talking about luxury SUVs losing 60%, 70%, even over 80% of their value. That six-figure SUV you bought last year could be worth less than a base model Honda by 2026. Today, I'm breaking down the 12 SUVs that are about to become financial disasters. And wait until you see number one, a $160,000 flagship SUV that's hemorrhaging nearly $100,000 in value. Let's count down from concerning to absolutely catastrophic. Number 12, Land Rover Discovery. The Discovery has been around since 2018, same generation, and in the fast-moving world of luxury SUVs, that is ancient history. Land Rover gave it a mild refresh in 2021, new tech, slight facelift, but buyers are not impressed. According to IC Cars data, the Discovery sheds over 60% of its value in 5 years. Here is the real problem. Land Rovers are beautiful to look at and a joy to ride in, but the maintenance and repair costs are absolutely brutal. We are talking about a brand that has been passed around from BMW to Ford to Tata Motors. That ownership carousel has not done wonders for quality control. One owner on the Range Rover forums said their 2024 needed a complete transmission replacement at under 5,000 miles. The dealer actually told them a new transmission should not affect resale value. Let that sink in. A new transmission on a brand new vehicle, and they are pretending it does not matter. Number 11, Tesla Model Y. Here is something interesting. Most cars that depreciate fast are expensive luxury vehicles. The Model Y breaks that pattern. It starts around $40,000, relatively affordable, yet it still loses more than 60% of its value over 5 years. According to IC Cars, a new Model Y depreciates 60.8% after 5 years, leaving you with a resale value around $23,500. Part of that comes from Tesla's constant price changes. The 2020 Model Y started around $50,000. Tesla has since slashed nearly $10,000 off the manufacturer's suggested retail price. When new models keep getting cheaper, your used Model Y becomes worth less overnight. That recent refresh was evolutionary, not revolutionary. There is still no full self-driving system that actually works. Tesla sold 170,000 Model Y vehicles in America between January and September 2025. That is great for Tesla, but terrible for resale values when the used market gets flooded. Number 10, the Lincoln Navigator. Ford's luxury flagship looks gorgeous, drives smoothly, and loses money faster than a casino ATM. The Navigator L ranked 22nd among the top 25 vehicles experiencing the worst depreciation. That is a 60.3% value loss, with roughly $62,000 vanishing from the original manufacturer's suggested retail price. Buyers can expect to lose over 60% of their investment after just 5 years. The regular Navigator starts just under $100,000, but nobody actually pays that. Options push most buyers well into six figures. Here is the kicker. Lincoln ranks 24th out of 32 car brands for reliability, according to RepairPal. You are paying Escalade money for Ford Explorer bones with questionable long-term durability. The fuel economy is underwhelming, the brand prestige is fading, and younger buyers could not care less about the Lincoln name. That is a recipe for depreciation disaster. Number 9, Cadillac Escalade ESV. The Escalade is iconic, no question. It's basically an uptown condominium on wheels. But that prestige comes at a steep cost, and I mean steep. The ESV version, the stretched model, depreciates slightly faster than its standard sibling at 62.9% after 5 years. You're looking at over $50,000 evaporating into thin air. If you bought a 2025 Escalade ESV V Series for its MSRP of $167,495 in 5 years at current depreciation rates, you would be able to sell it for approximately $86,000. That's over $80,000 gone. Here's why used buyers run away. Insurance costs total around $18,000 over 5 years. Fuel costs another $17,000. That's $35,000 just to keep it running, before you even touch servicing, repairs, financing, and taxes. Well-heeled first owners trade these in for the latest model. Second buyers see those running costs and walk the other direction. Repair Pal ranks the Escalade 2.5 out of 5 for reliability. When repairs do happen, they are expensive. When your SUV costs more to insure than some people's entire car payment, resale values crater. Number 8. Infiniti QX80. The QX80 has been fighting an uphill battle for years, and it loses badly. IC Cars shows a 65% depreciation after 5 years, one of the worst in the luxury large SUV segment. That $85,000 to $100,000 price tag, it is going to be worth around $29,000 after 5 years. Hey, before we get to the next 7 worst offenders, do me a favor. Hit that like button if you are getting value from this. Here is the brutal truth about the QX80. Rumors keep surfacing about whether Infiniti is going out of business. Nobody knows what the brand's future holds, and that uncertainty destroys resale values. Used buyers worry about parts availability, service networks, and warranty support if Nissan decides to retire its luxury arm. The QX80 is decent in isolation. Roomy interior loaded with tech, reasonably reliable. But decent does not cut it when you are competing against the Escalade, Range Rover, and Mercedes GLS. Being good enough is not good enough anymore. Number 7. Mercedes-Benz EQB. The Mercedes-Benz EQB is Mercedes-Benz's compact electric SUV, and it has crashed 50% from a $55,000 price tag. That is $27,500 lost in less than 2 years. Mercedes-Benz built way too many EQ models, and dealers were desperate to move inventory. They offered discounts of $11,000 on brand new EQBs. When new ones sell that cheap, used values collapse. The EQB is essentially a gas-powered GLB with batteries shoved in. It was not designed as an electric vehicle from the ground up, so range is mediocre at 240 miles, and efficiency is poor. Because it did not qualify for U.S. tax credits, Mercedes-Benz pushed aggressive lease deals with over $10,000 in incentives. When those leases ended, the market flooded with cheap 2-year-old EQBs that nobody wanted. The competition caught up and passed it. Buyers expecting Mercedes luxury found cramped quarters and outdated technology. Number 6. Land Rover Range Rover. Here is a vehicle that screams luxury and whispers financial ruin. The Range Rover loses around 62.9% of its value after 5 years, a massive depreciation. At average depreciation rates, even a base Range Rover starting around $115,000 loses over $72,000 in 5 years. That works out to roughly $1.07 per mile in depreciation alone. One real example tells the story. A 2024 Range Rover P530 autobiography, LWB, with only 4,900 miles, lost a staggering $56,520 in value after just 1 year. That depreciation hit alone is enough to buy a brand new base Land Rover Defender. The Range Rover's problems are well documented. Jaguar Land Rover models have not exactly been renowned for reliability. Major recalls hit the lineup, including transmission issues that left owners stranded. Maintenance costs knock you over, parts are expensive, and repair bills are terrifying. Rational minds look elsewhere. Number 5. Tesla. Model X. Tesla's Falcon Wing Door SUV is losing its appeal, and it is losing value. The Model X depreciates around 65% after 5 years, putting it among the worst performers in the luxury electric vehicle SUV segment. Those distinctive doors that made the Model X cool are also a source of concern for used buyers. Complex engineering means expensive repairs. Intricate electronics mean potential headaches. When a Model X goes out of warranty, the potential for costly repairs deters buyers. Battery replacement costs anywhere from $13,000 to $20,000 for the Model X. A single module replacement runs $3,000 to $7,000 minimum. Those numbers terrify second buyers, and they crater resale values. Add in Tesla's frequent price cuts on new models, and used Model X values get hammered from both directions. Number 4. Cadillac Lyriq. Cadillac's first all-electric SUV is depreciating at a staggering pace. According to IC Cars, the Lyriq loses 71.9% of its value after 5 years, resulting in a resale value of just $16,455. That is worse than the category average for luxury electric midsize SUVs. Kelley Blue Book reports a 2023 Lyriq depreciated around 53% in just 2 years. That is roughly $35,000 gone. Current resale values hover around $30,000 for a vehicle that cost $65,000 new. Why the freefall? Battery technology keeps improving. When Cadillac debuted the Lyriq for 2022, it came with 312 miles of range. By 2025, that has grown to 326 miles. Newer models have longer range, better batteries, and faster charging. Older electric vehicles feel obsolete after only 2 or 3 years. Incentives and price cuts on slow sellers like the Lyriq compound the problem. Some electric vehicles are depreciating $600 a day. The Lyriq is leading that charge. Number 3. The Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. Mercedes positioned the EQS SUV as the electric S-Class. It became the electric embarrassment. The EQS SUV shed 61% from its $108,000 starting price. Low-mileage examples from 2022 to 2023 are selling around $60,000 despite original sticker prices exceeding $125,000. That is $65,000 or more evaporating in 2 years. Reviewers nicknamed it the driving EGG. That aerodynamic shape alienated traditional S-Class buyers who wanted road presence and prestige. At $110,000 or more, buyers expected S-Class luxury. They got cheap plastics, cramped third-row seats, and overcomplicated technology interfaces. Then there are the hidden ownership costs. The EQS SUV devours tires. Owners report replacing 21-inch tires every 15,000 to 20,000 miles because of the 5,600-pound weight. At $1,200 to $1,500 per set, that terrifies used buyers. Losing $65,000 in 2 years transcends depreciation. It is financial obliteration. Number 2, BMW iX. BMW's flagship electric SUV is becoming a depreciation cautionary tale. According to IC Cars, the BMW iX loses 70.5% of its value after 5 years, resulting in a resale value around $22,000. The IC Cars data shows the iX retains only 29.5% of its resale value. Despite offering a 516 horsepower powertrain with over 300 miles of claimed range, the market has rejected it. Why? A combination of factors makes the long-term price almost guaranteed to crater. A refresh this year made older models feel outdated. Stagnating electric vehicle demand killed buyer interest. And electric vehicles typically depreciate faster than gas models to begin with. Today you can find clean examples available at well under half their original MSRP. The iX xDrive 50 started around $105,000. 18 months later, one owner traded theirs for $56,000. His words were simple: "Never again. I'll stick with a gas X5." When buyers who paid 6 figures walk away, disgusted, resale values do not recover. Number 1. The BMW XM. Here it is, the absolute worst. BMW's most expensive SUV ever is becoming the brand's biggest value trap. The XM loses around 61% of its value in 5 years, according to IC Cars. Car Edge estimates owners could lose nearly $90,000 to $100,000 in value during that time. Starting around $160,000 and climbing toward $185,000 for the label red, the XM immediately outpriced its own brand identity. After 3 years, value drops 44.6%. That sounds reasonable until you realize that is over $71,000 in lost value. By 5 years, you are looking at $98,000 in depreciation. That is more than most cars cost brand new. Auto Trader listings show 2023 models, barely a year old, discounted $25,000 to $30,000 below manufacturer suggested retail price, even with fewer than 5,000 miles. The XM was supposed to be BMW M's statement piece, a hybrid SUV combining M division muscle with luxury and new age power. On paper, 644 horsepower sounds incredible. The label red version hits 738 horsepower, the most powerful BMW ever sold. But here is the reality. People who can afford $160,000 have options. The Range Rover Sport, Mercedes G-Class, and Porsche Cayenne all offer better brand prestige and stronger resale values. The XM's polarizing design alienated traditional BMW buyers. The market responded with indifference. Commercial performance flopped with only 1,974 deliveries last year. And there you have it, 12 SUVs that are bleeding value faster than anyone expected. From the Model Y's constant price cuts to the BMW XM's catastrophic depreciation hit of $100,000, these vehicles prove that expensive does not mean smart, and luxury does not mean valuable. The common thread running through this list is clear. Electric SUVs are getting hammered by rapidly improving technology, which makes last year's model feel ancient. Luxury SUVs suffer from astronomical running costs that terrify second buyers, and some brands simply cannot maintain the prestige needed to hold value in a competitive market. Which of these shocked you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this valuable, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you catch our next breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.